Look alive, everyone, boys and girls, sports fans around the world. We are the Millie Goats. Butch P is here. It is episode 90. We have all stuffed our faces with Christmas goodies and all kinds of nonsense. It is December 27th, 2023. We might have a special guest joining us as well. National Fruitcake Day, Butch P. Are you a fruitcake guy?
No.
Dude,
That would be a no.
negative Ghost Rider. Absolutely negative. Dude, when I read that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Absolutely. And I started to think and ask myself, I was like, does anybody actually eat that stuff? If you're listening and you do, and you're a fan of the fruitcake, please tell us why and what's wrong with you, you psychopath. Dude, how was the Christmas?
Very merry. Yours?
It was great. We did a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Always awesome to see the kids play together. My kids, Texas kids, our brother's kids, sister's kid on the way. So a lot of action going on there, as everybody else knows. Oh, ladies, welcome to the stage, making his Millie Goats debut, Mr. Tailgate Man himself, Mr. Secret Recipe, the sausage dip heard round the world that sparked the Bills' comeback, the Tailgate Master.
Hello, gentlemen.
You love him. It's BMO from the comments. Look at the flags. Yes, dude.
Yes. We're there, baby. We're there.
Yes. We were just going over.
Through, all right.
Yeah, you sound good. You sound good. You sound like you've gamed before. Have you gamed before?
I'm looking at it right now.
You sound as good as you look.
Thank you. Thank you.
Incredible.
Nice.
Always.
You look incredible, Billy.
Always.
I'm just a mirror.
Hey, new group here. So J-Vi's out. I think he's boots on the ground in Charlotte for the Mayo Bowl. So if he doesn't send us a picture of him just absolutely shotgunning mayonnaise.
Dukes.
Yes. Then he's an absolute fraud. So today was National Fruitcake Day. You a fruitcake guy?
No, not really. I did a couple years ago. I realized that carrot cake is actually delicious. So that was interesting.
You can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong with that.
So you're more of a vegetable cake guy.
Well, I gotta represent the redhead, so go with the carrot cake.
Keto go. Yeah, I've never had fruitcake. It's disgusting. So everybody watching, thank you on Rumble. Thank you on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, we are going to go down and break down this game or these games that happen on Christmas somewhat in our fashion. We're not going to do a whole. There was so much football that was on. It was absolutely insane. So, but first, it's tomorrow's National Pledge Allegiance Day. Shout out Eric Church, right? Since UNC's playing.
It's getting demolished.
Yeah, the game's over. It's been over since the first quarter.
Oh! You called it was over? Hey, we have another members of the
I called it was over. Whenever Drake May said he wasn't going to play, it was over.
Everybody in this thing, except for me, is addicted to saying it's over. They want to always be the first one to say it's over.
Yeah, it was over. I stopped watching.
Is it snowing up there yet? Or no?
No, it was actually pretty rainy today. Raining like 50, so it was beautiful.
Even worse. Nice summer day. All right, before we get going, I mean, did we win the Millie? No, I almost won the 3-game slate twice.
Ooh.
I was knocking on the door, DraftKings.
Oh, you came back around to win it again.
So, Butch, did you win the Millie?
No.
Okay. BMO, did you win the Millie?
No, I did not.
How about what's your KD ratio these days on the COD?
It's probably like 1.4, something like that.
All right, so we've got We've got a Thursday night game, New York Jets, Cleveland Browns. That's on Thursday. We also have a special edition of a Saturday game. We will get to those. But first, I just wanted to share this in case everybody's wondering. We all know I'm a 49ers fan and the Monday night game. And I'm going to share with you, everybody, why I am not worried about the 49ers. I made a nice little PowerPoint slide here, and it explains why I'm not worried at all about the 49ers. First of all, it's Brock Purdy's birthday, so lay off. Lay off him. What is that? Chris Farley, the lunch lady. Oh, there goes Butch. He
in
quit.
and out.
He quit. He quit. First of all, it's Brock.
I don't want to look at this garbage.
Here's this. Hey, you had a chance to make a slide, dude. You could have made a slide, but here's why I'm not worried. It's his birthday today. He also was second in the 225 bench press reps at the combine a couple years ago, only behind a defensive tackle. So is your quarterback got that kind of power? Everybody brags about Jalen Hurts and his upper body and his lower body strength, but Brock Purdy's got build the chest, forget the rest mentality. So he'd probably use some of those pecs if he would stop getting stingers. And the last time they lost a game. They won 6 in a row. And I don't know if you know what 6 weeks from now, BMO. Can you fill the people in on what's 6 weeks from now?
I'm thinking it's the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. You're exactly right. So this is a perfectly timed loss for the 49ers. No doubt about it. They win 6 in a row from here. They win the Super Bowl. They're 10-1 against the NFC. So you can pretty much chalk that up. The only person that can stop them is Kirk Cousins, apparently. They are 1-3 versus the AFC North. They lost to the Bengals, the Browns, and the Ravens, but they demolished the Steelers in your face, BMO. And that's because
first game of the year.
Steelers are so much better right now.
We didn't have Mason Rudolph at that point, so it doesn't count.
Leading the sleigh.
We're 1-0 right now.
1-0 to the Rudolph regime. Oh my gosh. So Shanahan predicted that he would face somebody from the AFC North in the Super Bowl. So he wasn't showing all the good. So he's giving all these guys false confidence. And then the last point, Purdy didn't want to win the MVP because it would have been a distraction to the team from the ultimate goal. So he threw the game away, obviously. So
there's probably not even an MVP booster in his contract because nobody thought that would be there. So
probably
it didn't matter to him.
Speaking of contracts, Russell Wilson. Anyways, these are the reasons why I'm not worried about the 49ers. You can screenshot this and then share it with all your friends if you want. Okay.
Yeah, the big thing there, I think, is Shanahan might actually be finally setting himself up. So not showing the goods before the playoffs occur.
So then he can.
All right, bring in all our Rumble listeners and followers now that's over.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, we got some people tuning in on Rumble and stuff. So hey, if you missed it, rewind it. Go take a screenshot of that if you're a 49ers fan. Okay, raise your hand if your team is in the playoffs. They haven't clinched yet. They haven't clinched
yet. But we can't. Well, actually, I think we're kind of set up to where we maybe could lose one game and still be okay, but it's very dicey.
The Bills?
Yeah. Could still be dicey.
They play the Patriots. There's no way they can go 0-2 against Patriots.
I was very nervous about this Chargers game. I thought that was going to be the classic Bills letdown game.
And it almost was.
Yeah. I had money on the Chargers, and I was almost ready to cash out because it was going well, and I was about to put it all on the Bills, but I think I got distracted and didn't do it. Classic me.
Dude, the Bills. The Bills almost did it. I mean, how can you blame them when you're staring at GIF over there across on the sidelines? Whatever his name is, GIF Smith. So, all right. We had Christmas football, Hall of Fame bets. Go sign up for the app. They will give you all kinds of parlays, the Parlay Optimizer. You plug them all in. They give you hints and tips about prop bets that have hit 100% the last few times. And then they compile them all together in this massive parlay, and it's phenomenal. Promo code MillyGoats. Also want to shout out, thank you to Eric, promo code MillyGoats. BMO heard that about 40 times and 40,000 times in Buffalo.
Come on the show.
Come on the show. Eric from Patriot Sports Radio, Wake and Rake, Super Football Podcast. He joined us last week for a special Christmas Eve episode. It's out now. Go listen to it. It is hilarious. We went on a run of Juwan Johnson jokes that was pretty hysterical. And then on the show, we have the water cooler debate. We have the Monday Night Football review, basically Christmas and a football DFS Express hype train, where we talk about Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. We got bowl season going on. How dare use other relevant sports news, inter squad Dad Kings Jamboree. You can see that in the ticker down there. And unblock us on Twitter or Reddit. College football, you cowards. You absolute cowards. How could you do that to us? Okay.
Unblock them.
Yeah. Fight fire with fire. Okay. Here we go. Let's get into the water cooler debate segment.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, you're an idiot. Are you kidding me?
Okay. This is the water cooler debate segment. This is where we pick a topic, whatever we want to ask, usually relevant to the season or football or something that we find entertaining. And we put that poll up on Twitter, and then people vote for it. But first, before we do that, the dad joke. This one's for you, Butch. How do we know that Santa Claus is most likely a Cowboys fan? Because all the hype is usually over after Christmas. In your face, dude.
Got him.
In your face. All right.
Yeah,
There he goes again.
Couldn't
He's
handle
out. Okay. Dude, how was your Christmas? Did you get it
It's
on?
good, man. It was good. Girls got a little bit less than last time, so that's very welcome to the space capacity in the house. Running out of room.
You have all that space in the bottom level, though.
Yeah, there's so much room down there. It's very good. I was considering trying to wrap some of those presents up and give them back to them this year for Christmas, since I haven't seen them in 3 years. But my daughter decided to go down and start picking stuff out that she liked anyway, so I couldn't throw it away.
Yes. Bring them on up.
Yeah, bring them up, dude. So much room here.
Okay. All right. The water cooler debate question this week. Last week we had, what was the GOAT last minute Christmas gift? Bimo, did you have an entry into the last minute Christmas gift? What did you?
I like the video game one, or just straight cash in the stocking. But after we went over this in the last show, I saw and heard about 4 or 5 people buying scratch offs. We're talking about giving scratch offs, and the girls in the office won $100 on a scratch off that a patient gave us. So
Nice.
a lot of scratch offs. Yeah, might be the GOAT right there before
Nice.
looking at the results.
You can't ever go wrong with getting a gift that might potentially get you more gifts. Even though
but then it caused a feud in the office because some girls wanted to split the money and some girls didn't. So that was funny.
I did not consider that as an outcome.
Yeah.
You look, just go buy it from that gas station in California where the back-to-back $1 billion lottery ticket was won.
That's
What are the
crazy.
odds?
Low.
Unbelievable. All right, so last week we had the results here, and the lottery tickets in a very heated, contentious battle. My water cooler debate answer, the lottery ticket won with 34% of the vote, which was a double win for me. So
Sounds like collusion.
Not collusion. Did not vote on it. Tex and Butch P with 31% of the vote with booze and video game. Was it video game?
No, gift card.
Gift card. That's what it was. Shout out coach of the Chargers, GIF. And then J-Vi submitted box of chocolates. And that got 4% of the votes. So between the smell of chocolate and Tex, and the box of chocolates. But J-Vi, people don't really like chocolate around Christmas time, is what I'm gathering. So, anyways, if you have a last-minute Christmas gift that's a better idea than one of those, just send it to us, and we'll either make fun of it or praise you to be like, "Wow, why didn't we think of that?"
Probably anything other than chocolate.
Yeah, don't put hot chocolate packets. Maybe. No?
It's probably going to go
Okay.
cold.
Probably wouldn't be good idea to put hot liquid in your stocking either. All right. This week's question. What is the GOAT worst New Year's Eve resolution? Now, we can either have our guests go first, or we can have one of us go first to lead the ropes. Coach P, would you care to get this going or no? Or do you want me to take the reins?
Oh, now you're trying to switch it back to the top.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
See what you're doing here.
You can take it.
You're that gas station out there.
No chance. I'd have $1 billion if I was.
So what's the worst New Year's resolution?
Yep.
Ooh. Get organized.
Mm. Yep. That is easily. Why does it matter if it's a new year? Can you not just do these things throughout the year? Why does it have to be like every year you have to promise yourself something? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. I never make one.
I don't think I've ever made. I don't think I've ever actually made one.
Seems people
One of
that
the
make
other
the
ones.
New Year's resolutions are always the most non-committal. So
Well, you got to make the sweet hashtag post or Twitter post and Instagram post and be like, come on, guys, join in with me. Hashtag get organized at me on Twitter.
organize this.
Hashtag I bought a cubicle organizer, and I'm just going to start organizing things. I didn't say what I was going to organize, but I'm just going to start organizing things. I think mine is get in shape. I think that's the worst one because you should always stay in shape. That should never be a resolution. But it's also really hard to do because I'm not in the best shape right now, which is really irritating to me. So I guess now I'm my own worst enemy, right?
Hey, you're a shape, man.
Well, good
That's
thing
fine.
you have the new year. You can start getting in shape.
You can
Good
reset
point.
yourself.
Good point. It's a new year, new me. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. I just came up with it. New year, new me. Bimo, what's the GOAT worst resolution you've ever heard? One that annoys you?
I don't like the eat healthy thing. It's similar to the get in shape, but eating healthy is nonsense. Calories are calories. Burn them as you will.
Mm-hmm. Just a fuel tank for this butt whooping machine, as Stone Cold Steve Austin once said.
Mm-hmm. Eating healthy is
All right.
terrible, especially after the holidays.
Now you do the control stuff. You just kind of eat what you want, but you eat portions.
I just try to keep it below like 1,800 calories a day, where I was. Doesn't matter what it is. I eat a bowl of ice cream at night, still lose half a pound. It's fine.
What about the nog?
I don't know. I was like, I got on the show. I was like, how do I not have a nog in my hand right now?
Dude, go get one. We're
King
about
of
to
the
do
nog.
a segue here. Go get
I'll grab
yourself a
one.
nog.
Black yourself out.
Let's go, dude. There's no better time than to knock on heaven's door right now.
I'll mute myself so you don't hear the ice.
All right. So we had get organized, get in shape, eat healthy. Those are the worst ones. If you have a worse one, please let us know. Dude, let's get into some of this football. What do you say?
We just may.
Shall we? Just may. By the bay. All right. We're going to get to talking about some of this last week of football over your Christmas holiday. Let me find everybody. Shh.
Football,
You're so cool. And on our show, you're gonna rule. Football, we love you. Wow.
Beautiful.
There it is.
Yes, that was us. Our original. Did you get the nog?
Got some noggin.
Woo!
Nog, noggin, boys. King of the nog.
Let's go. Wild Nogs. Okay, so we had Saturday football. We had Sunday football. We had Monday football. We had 2 games on Saturday. We had the first one was – who was the first one? I know the night game was the Bills. The Bills and the Chargers. So Bima is the resident Bills fan.
Mhm.
Kind of touched on it at the beginning of the show. Where are we
Lifelong.
at on where inside source? Who was the best player in that game?
There was this punter. I
Mhm.
think he kind of stole the momentum back from the opposing team with some bombs, some coffin corners, some flip the field 57-yarder. So I would say it was number 8, the weapon, Sam Martin.
Yes.
Personal take, unbiased.
Does it concern you that the Bills continue to fumble around and dance with destiny?
I think they need a loss every now and then to kind of, because past couple years it's all been Super Bowl or bust for them. So we've been thinking we're better than everybody, going in each game thinking we're better than everybody. We're a big time underdog team typically. So I think we needed that underdog mentality back. So once everybody started writing us off, Joe Brady started taking the reins and righted the ship. So we're back.
Joe Brady is what? They're 5-1 since Joe Brady took over?
I think so.
Mm.
I mean, you just look at the rushing attack pre and post Joe Brady, and it's drastically improved.
Dude, there's seriously, everybody for like 3 years has been saying, why will the Bills not run the ball? And finally, somebody's running the ball.
Mhm. I mean, you see how much Cook can cook whenever he gets going. So if he holds onto the ball, that's the only thing. If he gets too many touches,
that's so
he's
weird.
explosive, though. It is weird. It's very weird.
Lenny Fournette was out there.
Yeah,
Big old Lenny.
Ooh, it's playoff time though. Playoff Lenny.
Hamstring Fournette.
Playoff Lenny. I did interview my niece, so that segment will be at the end of the show, and also my mom. I interviewed her, I think before the game, or maybe at halftime, and then I interviewed her after the game. So those segments will be on the show at the end, I believe. She was pretty fired up. Wasn't that game on Peacock?
Yeah, the Bills game.
Yeah. Which was just awful, right?
Yeah, that was very annoying. Trying to get any kind of streaming going.
He's got 3 teams going at once.
Hey, at least both your teams played on Saturday. So
we're talking about Saturday early game, right?
The Steelers beat
and Bengals.
They beat the absolute wheels off the Bengals. The old Browning run is over, I believe.
Dude,
could be.
It's Rudolph season, baby.
Are the Steelers still alive? They're still in the hunt, aren't they?
Yep, still in the hunt, especially after that game.
Yeah. 8-7.
There you go. And
actually,
they play this week.
They that game actually helped the Bills too, which is nice. Because earlier, they needed the Bills to beat the Bengals. They play it's Ravens week. That's right. So watch out for this one because no matter how good or bad each team is, if it's Ravens week, it's going to be a tight game.
No, they play the Seahawks.
No, yeah.
They play the Seahawks this week.
Dolphins and
bird.
Ravens.
Yes,
Different
Dolphins
bird.
and Ravens. Another MVP game, guys. Another MVP game because it's only one-on-one out there. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sunday.
Mm.
Sunday. Butch P. The floor is yours to talk about these Cowboys. Where are we at there?
Dude, we
2 in a row.
We keep holding ourselves back, man. All these non-holding calls that we seen dictated,
Okay.
like
Go on.
11 of them that this guy posted. Blatant holds, arm bars, choking them. I mean, it looked like a WWE wrestling match out there. But hey, we lost another one on the road, and it's really a thing.
Is it good thing you're not going to have to play any playoff games on the road? Oh wait, they're all going to be on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have a Cardinals or a Giants hat in there so that you can be the biggest Cardinals and Giants fans ever, so that the Cowboys don't have to play on the road? Oh, we may have lost him.
He's really reading something.
He's froze. He's frozen. Anyways, so the Cowboys lost, and they can't seem to figure out. There's nothing better on TV than watching the Cowboys try to operate an offense within the red zone. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what really their identity is. I know they
think their
can't win.
identity is we play at home.
Yes,
Half our games.
basically. Yes. And they beat really bad teams.
Yeah,
and then
they
when
beat very bad teams.
And when they play the good teams, it gets pretty ugly. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
ugly. They're competitive, but it's like they always shoot themselves in the foot. You know, like Dak will somebody will fumble on the goal line, or Dak will step out of bounds at the 2. And everybody wants to talk about Dak was playing so well and for the MVP and all this nonsense. And it's just like, dude, you can throw.
He was firmly in the race there until the wheels fell off.
Dude, it's unbelievable to me that the way that they thrust these MVP odds around. I don't get it. Like,
dude, the whole NFL is being run by betting, so you want people to just start laying down as many bets as possible and feeling confident and good about them. So
that's a good point. Josh Allen was a sneaky one that J-Vi was all over.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read those little tidbits?
Yeah, good reason he's all over it too.
Do you have
because
handy?
if you actually look at what MVP is constituted by, it's the most valuable player on that team for that team. And Josh Allen, as far as yardage percentage of the team, scoring per team, he's just head beyond everybody else. So the one that's close would be his passing yards, or just yards in general. He's at 41.91 out of 5, 6, 12. So that's like 75% of the entire team's yards comes from Josh Allen, either his legs or his arm. And Lamar Jackson is just below him at 74%. It's like, okay, that's a tight enough race. But then whenever you get to the actual scoring aspect of it, Josh Allen has scored 40 of the 48 touchdowns with his arm or with his legs. And it's 83% of the team's touchdowns comes from him. Second place, third place, all around that 50 to 55%, Lamar Jackson. Then you got Brock Purdy and then Tua. So if you're looking at somebody who's the most valuable player for their team, it's Josh Allen, hands down. Just listen to Aaron Rodgers. He says it too.
Oh, yeah. Listen to Aaron Rodgers.
He knows a thing or two about football.
Yeah, he knows everything. He's been phenomenal. He's so insufferable, dude. Aaron Rodgers is.
Love him.
Do you? I can't stand him.
Past 3 years, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't get the whole MVP thing. They portrayed that game Monday like it was an MVP match. And it's like, if you watch the game, and we're going to get into this game here in a second because the Niners lost, which, I mean, whatever. But then you listen to all the media people, dude, and they're like, Lamar, like, he was easily the best player on the field. I'm like, what a slap in the face to that defense who just dismantled this 49ers machine that's been scoring like 40 points a game.
Right.
So one of the craziest stats, because I went really deep on this because I'm an idiot and that's what I do at night. And I was looking up, I was like, man, they seem to have a short field a lot. And on all 3 of their touchdown drives, they started on an average at the 49ers 35-yard line. So there was a turnover, and then their average starting position for touchdowns was at the 49ers 35. And it's like, yeah, that's probably going to lose you the game if you're
Right.
-5 in turnovers. But, Lamar Jackson was missing throws left and right all game. He made one play on a 3rd down where he used his legs, which was it was a good. And this is not a anti-Lamar, like, I hate Lamar. No, I think he's good.
That he's electrifying to watch sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, he is. It's just when you watch that game, he was not the best player. I do give him credit, though, because he just didn't make a mistake. And that's more valuable than anything else. It was like, we got this thing in the bag. Let me just not screw up. So, but the whole Josh Allen.
Even the refs were trying to help the Niners out.
Niners had 10
I
penalties.
can't. I understand how that's a safety, but
Oh my
backpedaling like you weigh 300 pounds and then granted about it.
That ref, dude, he's never gonna live that. He's been immortalized from here on out.
He's got that meme probably
He was in our
1,000
thumbnail.
times.
He was in our thumbnail. I was like, what picture are we gonna? Oh yeah, that's
Definitely
the
that one. Yeah.
DraftKings tripping us up. So, here comes Butch conveniently after we stop talking about the Cowboys. Oh, Butch is back after the Cowboys talk is over. Oh man, how about that?
I'll get a nice segue back to Butch. Talking about turnovers here. But so that's the kind of win that the Bills really needed there, was losing that turnover battle so badly and still finding a way to win the game with a hold by Sam Martin and a kick by Tyler Bass.
Ooh, yes. Good
and
hold,
that sack by that defense. Finally, the defense started showing up when it counted. So, all right, back to you, Turners. What do you say, Dallas?
Is he frozen again? Look at him.
He looks like it.
He looks frozen. I was just getting ready to say, did the Bills win break the Cowboys? He can't say anything. He's frozen. Oh man. Let it go. There he goes again. Okay. So on the Monday game, here we go. We had 3 games. The other games on Sunday were like Tampa Bay absolutely demolished Jacksonville. And Baker Mayfield is absolutely rolling, dude. That's fun. That's a cool story to see Baker do his thing like that. And none of the other games are really worth. The Packers
Patriots beating the Broncos. That's big.
Yes, that was big for the Bills.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was the Sunday night game, which was terrible. But I think there were only like 2 games worth watching. It was the Jags, the Bucks, which were on at 4, and then in the early slot, I don't really remember many games from Week 16. Lions and Vikings, that one was entertaining. Yeah. Browns and Texans, but the Texans didn't have their quarterback. So
Packers barely beat the Panthers.
Yeah, Tex called that one. So anyways, the Monday games, the Christmas Day games, we had Kansas City losing 20-14 to the Raiders.
2 plays, man. 2 plays.
Dude.
Which Chiefs didn't play good that whole day, but those 2 plays put you down 14.
Fumble where they
fumble and pick or whatever happened. Tough.
And now Taylor Swift's catching all kinds of heat. She's welcome to the NFL, Taylor Swift, in your face.
Right.
But yeah, so from a DraftKings perspective, that game, the Raiders defense, if you did not have the Raiders defense in DraftKings, you were pretty much done. But they were priced way too. They were priced way too low. They had been playing too good against an offense that was terrible. And I played a lot of the Raiders defense, and I played a lot of Zamir White for the correlation. So, and Justin, what was that guy's name? Watson? Whatever his name is. I don't know. He had a pretty big day too. So if you had those 3 guys, you did pretty well. Here's another interesting point. The Bears are finally getting to see what it would have been like to have Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback because Matt Nagy is the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs.
And they don't have that many weapons.
Exactly. So basically, just slap a Chiefs or a Bears logo on Patrick Mahomes' helmet,
And leave Mitch Trubisky alone.
Yes. Should the Chiefs trade for Mitch Trubisky to back up Patrick Mahomes with Nagy as the offensive coordinator?
He knows the system.
Man. He does. You're right. That's exactly right. He could come in and seamlessly fill in right. I mean, at this point, Mahomes and Trubisky are the exact same player, I guess, right?
Same stats.
Dude, it's so funny. It's hilarious watching the Chiefs struggle. It's like everybody's like the Chiefs are broken. It's like, well, they've been in the AFC Championship game for like 5 years in a row. Eventually, it's gonna.
Yeah, but then
relax.
Football's 100% a game of inches. But you look at some of those drops that Tony has had and how game changing they were. So their record could be drastically better if he did what he got paid to do and caught the ball.
Yep, and Travis Kelce looks like he's done. He's done.
Yeah,
done.
That's because he had that hickey.
Ooh, he did. He did. Taylor was caught red-handed. I mean, come on, Taylor. Kids are watching this stuff. That game was on Nickelodeon, for goodness sakes. That was the Nick game, which was highly entertaining. They had Raphael in the booth, dude.
I missed it. I did not get to see it.
And then the Donatello would pop up from the corner and be like, "This is why this was a flag," with his little glasses on. It's pretty entertaining. So, and then the only other thing from this game was Antonio Pierce had a resume comment, which was, this is like this is like a Mike Tomlin line. He said, "My resume isn't on paper, it's on grass." Because we put our product on the field. I was like, dude, that's the most football guy answer I've ever heard in my life. So Chiefs lose, they're dead. They're squandering. Right now, I think the Bills would play the Chiefs. Would get that rematch again.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Postseason Chiefs is a different animal, though. Andy Reid can dial some stuff up, and he's like the next guy as far the more recent part of his career. He's the guy that can give you the matchups like Belichick used to be able to.
I think Reid's going to take over play calling eventually from Nagy.
Yeah. I've always wondered about that dynamic. Like, how much does he always says he lets them have full reign, but I mean, you just see him constantly over there, just
out there with his Waffle House play call. Yeah. Remember when he had the COVID season and he had that face visor on?
Yeah.
Live look at Andy Reid on the sideline.
Just fogged up.
Oh, jeez. The next game was Philly and New York. Philly escapes as New York tried to mount a comeback, but our sweet prince, Mr. DeVito, benched. Man, you hate to see an end come to or a run come to an end like that, where he got benched, and then the team actually did really way better after he got out. If I'm the Eagles, I'm terrified of that week 8, 17, 18, whatever it is matchup.
You see that. You see that all the time, though. You saw it with the Pastronaut. You have 3-game streak where he's just amazing. The whole league gets on his back talking about how amazing he is. Then he flounders. Then you had it with Browning with the Bengals, and I said, okay, he just had his revenge game against the Vikings. We're getting Mason Rudolph in. We're going to destroy the Bengals, and that's exactly what happened. And then
he called it, folks. Check the tape.
I caught it, and then now you got it with DeVito. He's been playing phenomenally, and then he comes up against the division foe who's very upset about a 3-game slide there, and they took it to him.
The Eagles need to stop throwing the ball. They need to run the ball, period.
They need to do the brotherly shove, 4 downs.
Dude, I said that the same thing, dude. Like, if they just did that, they could control the game.
Yeah.
Win the coin toss, do the tush push for 8 or 9 minutes down the field, score a touchdown. You put the offense in a bind on the other side. 3 and out, tush push again. You're up 14, man. You got the game in wraps.
I don't understand why. If it's 2nd and 5 or less, how are you not just going directly 2 or 3 plays in a row tush push? I don't like. You're
Dude, that
gonna
would
get
be
it every time.
it would be the worst game in history to watch. Does that play on Madden?
That would be
If that
like
was on
that. That would be like that Belichick game where he had Mac Jones throw it twice, and they ran the ball like 40
against the
times
Bills,
or whatever. Yeah.
yes,
I
it
can't
was
remember.
against the Bills because it was the
Was it?
wind was blowing like 40 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and the Bills are out there throwing it like 50 times that game. Dude, if that plays, if I want somebody who's played Madden, because I don't play Madden, see if the tush push works that well on Madden. That would be hilarious. So from DraftKings, Jalen Hurts, Darius Slayton
Yes.
had a good game, and I think Devontae Smith. I played a lot of Slayton.
Yeah, I played Devontae. Ayuk had a pretty good game.
Yes, we haven't gotten to that game, but San Francisco loses 19-33 to Baltimore, and nobody really cares because you saw what I said about it a second ago. But Brock Purdy on the first interception, he threw that ball late, no question. Everybody's like, "What a play by Kyle Hamilton!" I'm like, "No, he didn't get to his third read until it was too late, and he threw it late." So one of
I
the
mean, he could have thrown it to the back pylon though, too,
he could
and
have.
not and
It was a bad throw.
It was just a terrible throw.
It was a bad throw. That's all you can say about it. But the other play of that game was Deebo Samuel was pretty much dead to rights by Marlon Humphreys on a swing pass, and I thought he was going to get blown up.
Yeah.
And he just bounced off and took it like 10 yards up the field. You're like, that dude is just different. I don't even know how to describe him, but that is just a different cat right there. I don't know if y'all remember that one.
Dog. He's a cock, a gamecock.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he just had a bad game. I think the Ravens just said, we're going to play defense 9 to 15 yards off the ball because that's where he throws the ball every time. It's crazy that the AFC North teams just completely bamboozled the 49ers, all three of them. Their three best teams just boat raced them. It's crazy. I don't know.
Lamar is
Three best
now
teams.
what, 19 or 20-1 against the NFC.
Yeah, he's 20-1 against the NFC. It doesn't matter. He can't win in the playoffs.
It doesn't matter. But it's like at some point that's going to change. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm glad he stayed healthy all year. I was, I like the NFL when there's good quarterback play. That's being loose with the term good, but quarterback play that's exciting.
Well, he's dynamic for sure.
He's very dynamic.
I mean that rollout pass that he came out and just broke Greenlaw's ankle, which is one of the best, if not the best, linebackers in the league, and shook him like it was nothing. I was just like, "Whoa, that's pretty special." So,
Athlete.
I mean, he's just that athletic at the
I mean, he's fun to
position.
watch. Like he'll do things that other people cannot do. It's just he can't throw from the pocket that well. I don't care however you want to dress it up. He can't when he's rolling left or right. Yeah, but that's because the play's broken down.
These games are, I mean, when it gets to playoff, all bets are off. So your Josh Allen's, that's why they start playing better in the playoff. All the quarterbacks that can scramble, that's why Mahomes is going to be tough because he's going to continue to scramble. Lamar's going to be tough scrambling. Jalen Hurts, he's going to run the ball in the playoffs because all bets are off. I mean, you're not trying to stay healthy. You're trying to win the game. You have to win the game. So, I mean, that's why it gets a little bit different in the playoffs whenever these teams start matching up because you try to tackle one of these guys, you can't.
Dude,
they're too good.
There's no way I could tackle one of those guys. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident I couldn't tackle him. There's no telling what would happen to my legs if I tried to break down and tackle somebody.
You look like that GIF emoji. That girl
like
modeling breaking her ankle.
Models
to
walking
side.
down runways, that would be all three of us trying to tackle Lamar Jackson. So San Francisco lost, whatever. I'm a little mad because it's like we could have locked up the 1 seed by winning this week and then taking the Rams game off, but now they're just gonna have to win 8 in a row, 6 in a row.
The Rams, man, they're
Yeah.
not fun to play.
No,
At Stafford.
Where is that game? Is that in LA?
doesn't
No, I
matter.
think it's
It doesn't
I think
matter because there's just going to be just as many Niners fan in LA as there are
True.
in San Fran.
Yeah, but that LA at home is pretty tough because that turf they play on is pretty quick. So and they can score quick at home. Just
it's
like
in San
Dallas.
Francisco.
There you go. Leg up.
Yeah, this probably gonna be the Sunday night
Maybe.
game if it's probably gonna be the Sunday night game if they
You just were in San Fran, got boat race.
or I guess they could flex the Dolphins and the Bills game to Sunday night that week. Ooh, double Sunday night games. They like to ruin Monday Night Football with that. Put them on at the same time. What a great idea. Okay. Just a couple of notes here. Russ was benched, and they're going to cut him in March. So
Mhm.
that whole thing
What
was
is it?
wild.
March 27th or something.
I don't know, but they basically tried to get him to get rid of his injury clause a couple months ago, and he said no, or they couldn't negotiate it. And then it had been brewing that he was going to be cut or benched or something. And then it just came out. The rumors are he's going to be cut. So another thing to watch here for you Bills fans: Tua got golf simulators for all the quarterbacks, but only got iPods for the wide receivers, which I didn't even know they made. And that was a tweet directly from Tyreek Hill. So now are the receivers mad at Tua?
Ooh,
I mean, you can't be doing that to your wide receivers on getting ready to go on a playoff run, trying to win the Bills game.
dude, and you got T-Law out there getting his linemen all golf carts. And McCaffrey got everybody, I think, on the offense, golf clubs.
And golf fitting. Like he got on PXG golf clubs and a fitting.
That's sick.
Because Brock Purdy couldn't pay for it.
Right?
That's right. They interviewed him. Brock Purdy was like, yeah, I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money.
Maybe that's that interview is before the game, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. So
Christmas gifts might hold a little bit more weight than we suspect.
Ooh.
So keep an eye out for that next year.
Mm-hmm.
See what you're doing. Make a note. Make a mental note. Put that in the doc. And then also, Debo is going off on Micah Parsons and Cam Newton because Micah Parsons is out there tweeting about how down by 21 and you're not calling any deep throws. That really tells you all you need to know. And then Cam Newton tried to get Debo to go on a show after he trashed Purdy, and Debo said no. So good for him. Okay. We got Thursday night and Saturday night games. Let's get to them. Thursday night, as Butch looks like he's frozen again. Thursday night evening football onslaught. The TEFO Primetime Man Dime Hot Guys for Week 17. We've got Cleveland at home versus the New York Jets, over under 34.5. I think Cleveland's going to cover that themselves. And Cleveland's favored by 7.5. So Simeon versus Joe Flacco in a revenge game.
See, the thing with the revenge game does keep it interesting here, but this is another one of those situations where you have a quarterback coming in. He's played 3 or 4 great games, and this is the letdown.
Ooh, you're saying letdown for Flacco?
If it wasn't a revenge game, I would say that.
You're
So
saying
if he plays phenomenally this week, next week he will be a dumpster fire.
That's a good point. But it is like the revenge, even on DraftKings, Joe Flacco is still in his Jets jersey, which I thought was hilarious as I was scrolling down through the lineups. I'm like, wait a minute. It says Cleveland, but he's on the Jets, but he's in a Jets jersey. That doesn't make any sense. So don't get fooled, people. Joe Flacco is not.
These 2 teams are the 2 teams that are used to having quarterback revenge games.
I wonder what the list is. Who has the longer list? The jersey list.
I think the Browns, right?
The Browns have to.
Because that one's always viral, but that might just be because the fans do that there.
Hmm. So we
But
need
it's got to be the
somebody
Browns.
to get boots on the ground for that and tell us who had more quarterback lists in the last like 20 years. Is it the Browns or the Jets? That's a good point. All right. So here's the primetime man down hot guy for me. Probably no surprise. But the captain you're going to want to look at is the Cleveland Browns defense. Clearly, 8,400 there. And it took everything in my power not to pick Joe Flacco for the reasons we just mentioned. But there's a lot of ways you could go with this game because Joe Flacco is feeding his receivers, one receiver, and his tight end. I mean, has Jerome Ford been doing anything? I think he had a touchdown last week, but ever since Joe Flacco's been playing, they've just been throwing it all over the yard. Like, not
Dude,
at all what I expected.
that tight end is a freak. He's
Mhm.
a monster of a man.
And it's
Isn't he?
hilarious that they couldn't figure out how to why did they not get him the ball earlier?
Slants all day long. Line him up in the
Dude.
slot as a tight end and throw slants to him and run little safeties and smaller linebackers over.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He
Butch,
is.
who's your primetime man down hot guy? You're muted though. What is Butch
And
doing?
he's frozen.
He's muted and frozen. Which guy would you play in your lineup here, Bimo?
For what are the teams we're picking from?
Jets and Browns. Which guy would you, if you had to put a DraftKings lineup, which guy is going to have an absolutely monstrous game?
It's got to be the receiver for the Browns, right?
Amari.
Mm-hmm.
And a big pizza pie. That's Amari.
But he's probably the most expensive player
He
on the
is.
field.
100%. Him and Brees Hall. You
Yeah,
can get away with
dude.
a little.
Dude, Brees Hall had an absolute game.
I called
last
that.
week,
We're about to rehash that here in a second.
Does he
Who do you
do
think wins?
back-to-back monster games?
Probably not. Probably
I mean,
not. Not
with
against
the
this
Jets
defense.
yeah.
Who do you think wins? Cleveland, big. Think they
Probably.
cover? You think they cover 7.5 at home?
Probably revenge game.
Mm.
I don't think so.
Yep.
But I
Never
mean, Joe
underestimate.
Flacco doesn't seem like the revenge game kind of guy. He
Still
got
looks
his
like he
Super
doesn't
Bowl.
care.
Yeah, he got his Super Bowl early after App State whipped him in the national championship game.
Shout out us.
Shout out us 2007.
You were on the field.
Yeah, I was on the field. Minute and a half left.
All
But
right.
no, he doesn't seem like the revenge game kind of guy, so he might not really care because that wasn't his Super Bowl team anyway. So
He's probably happier that he's there
yeah,
in
he's
Cleveland
not sitting on the
somehow,
couch.
which is
Yeah.
odd to say. I wonder what his highlight video of him working out in the off season was like. Hey guys, check out my highlight tape here.
You think he
I'm
did
just
anything?
zinging balls around the field. He had to. That would have been hilarious.
It'd be like that Jameis Winston highlight tape whenever he was in camp training.
Running through a field of those people who are those inflatables that are outside the car dealership. The wacky waving inflatable flailing arm tube people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, you can go a
I'll
lot of
say
different ways with that game.
I'd go tight end Browns, Njoku. Is that who it is?
Yes. That was the other one I was
Which he's
considering.
probably the third most expensive guy on the field that game.
I'm not sure if he is or not. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. All right, Saturday. It's a shame Butch isn't here to talk about this game, so I guess we'll handle it for him. The Cowboys reeling. This is a Monday night version of Saturday, so we get Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. I don't think there's a Monday night game.
I think those two are my favorite.
So, but Saturday evening football onslaught, the CFO primetime man down hot guys. Detroit. Oh, there he is. Detroit is at Dallas. The over-under is 53, which is nice and juicy. Dallas favored by 6. This is the fraud bowl. This is it. This is you. The winner of this game is either legitimate or they're not. Dallas is on the cusp of being considered fraudulent, and this entire year being an absolute waste.
Yeah, but we're
And the
at
line-
home.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if
but
that's a fair setup
it is a fair setup. It's completely
because Detroit just clinched for the first time in 30
Mm.
years. So their emotions are going to be way up here.
Trap
Dallas
game,
is at
Detroit.
home. Yeah,
Coming
Dallas.
off a 2-loss. So we're back home. Hey, CD Lamb's a little disgruntled like Debo is.
Don't
And
compare
look,
CD Lamb to Debo Samuel. Don't do
I
that.
know it's much superior.
CD's
So-
just not pure.
No, CD's a gadget guy. Him and Cavante Turpin. I'm like, oh, which one's CD?
the one that has 2 8s on his jersey. Easy to
Yeah.
find out.
He's playing like double tits out there.
Dude,
I thought he froze again.
like like two
All right,
girls.
what were you gonna
facing-
say?
Like two girls facing off each other. But dude, I mean, the Lions are bad against the pass. That's what's going to favor the
Terrible.
Cowboys. We're, with all the wide receivers that we're going to throw at you, and Ferguson, we'll just use Pollard for, keep the heat off. And dude, Dallas is probably going to wear out the Lions.
Yeah, especially after everybody's talking trash about Pollard on that little end zone play where he cut it up too
Yes.
soon.
And
I'm-
Jared Goff's terrible on the road.
I'm
But it's
all
in a
over
dome.
you. I'm all over you with this one too, Butch. I think with the emotions being as high as they are in Detroit, I do love Motor City Dan. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's Dallas. This is like they're on a slide. Everybody's talking trash. They're at home. I think they win by 21 at least.
Whoa.
Dallas is fighting for their lives. Dak's going to have 4 touchdowns. I think it's going to get ugly.
Whoa.
If the NFL script goes as it typically goes, when your emotions are high, you just successfully did something you haven't done in a while. It's going to be a letdown game for Detroit. Dallas is upset. It's at home. It's going to be a blowout.
Blowout. Book it,
And-
folks.
And you don't have to, like, for the Lions, there's no stress right here. Like, you don't have to win this game. So,
Right.
Well, they're
like
still
you're
fighting for
saying-
the 1 seed.
well, for sure, but that they know that. I mean,
They
they're-
just won their mini Super Bowl in that building.
now if Dallas does what they did against the Dolphins, drive it down the throats and then hand off chest pass fumble on the one to your fullback that you haven't handed off to. I mean, yeah, you're going to give it right back to the Lions. I mean, it's like,
Let's try something new in this dire
Yeah.
situation.
yeah,
There's nothing
like,
better than Dallas in the red zone. Phenomenal.
I mean, it's like, what the heck, dude? You learn that as soon as you start playing football. Quarterback, gut. Handoff, gut. Because that's basically all you can do is hand off. Football, gut. Football, gut. Hey, running back learns how to open his arms, whichever direction he's going to. It's like, man, what the heck? But anyway,
Who's your primetime man down hot guy? I got Cooks because Dak needs help being a quarterback.
dude, it's going to be CD Lamb
What about
all
from the
day.
Cleveland game?
From Cleveland.
Did you like that game?
Well, BMO took tight end. I like tight end for sure. Cleveland.
You can go Joe
but
Goose.
yeah,
Joke too.
yeah, dude, he's a freak show. I should have known. Daggum Cooper when he's on turf like that is electric. He was always like that at Dallas, So and they were playing Houston last week at Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like crap. Flacco to Cooper. But anyway, I did play that once, but not enough, obviously.
I played a
But
lot of Cooper.
But anyway, I think it goes back to your tight end. And plus, you never know how much wind you're getting up in Cleveland.
True. Very true.
So, I like your defensive play. I think the Jets are, Washington's trash. I mean,
yeah.
They don't defend the pass. They gave up all their weapons there across the board. So, the Jets really don't have that electrifying of an offense. It's just they played the Commanders.
The Niners might beat them by 40.
Oh, dude, yeah. I was like, how do you got to stack that team on Sunday?
Yeah.
Like the entire team, like Debo and McCaffrey and Brock. Like, I don't care what it costs you. Find a way.
I don't care the cost.
Yeah.
I will find you, Liam Neeson's. Okay. There you go. So we got 13 games on Sunday. Pretty big slate. No Monday game. Just a Saturday night. Some pretty high over-unders here. You got Arizona, Philadelphia. You got San Francisco and Washington. You've got Miami and Baltimore. So some potential absolute boat races here. And the Rams and the Giants, that's a nice one. But some of these ones we talked about last week, the Monday Night Football game was not an MVP game, and it wasn't. It absolutely was not.
Absolutely.
No,
Door
absolutely
closed
not.
on that one. I would still
not
say CMC is still in the running for sure because he was balling out. But
so we throw away Brock Purdy's entire season because of one game.
Yep. It's head to head. Comes down to head to head.
Definitely was.
You know, tiebreakers come down to head to head.
No, that was not an MVP game. We're going to discredit Brock Purdy's entire body of work.
I mean, you can be in denial state.
When you have the best running back in the league, also in the MVP race.
Right.
He's the MVP, but they needed him, and it just goes to show that if Brock Purdy does not play well, the team does not play well.
Then they'd get benched, and somebody else would fit the Shanahan system.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here you go, McCaffrey.
Such a denial state that AK in right now. Grief.
Go back to the beginning of the show, folks, and look at the PowerPoint slide that I prepared of why I'm not worried.
It was his birthday.
And moving on to the Sunday games.
Exactly. I did say that Breece Hall was going to be a stud bag, and he was. And I don't remember who the QB1 was, but I said it'd be 6,500 or below. And Diggs on Saturday was a scumbag watch.
What'd you say about Pickens?
I said nothing.
Pick him.
Smart.
I did play him, though.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's massive.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, if you had Pickens and Breece, those are good games because
they were on the Saturday games.
And Flacco and Coop. Whew.
Pickens was Saturday. Who screwed me in that game. I played Gabe. Gabe Davis was the dude on Saturday.
Yeah, Gabe.
Who screwed me, I think, was James Cook.
Yeah.
That's who bamboozled me. That's what cost me from winning the whole thing. So, anyways. Week 17. Some storylines we're going to look at. Here's what I'm saying. Week 7 storyline that I'm looking at. Can the Eagles win a bird war? Because Kyler Murray torched the 49ers, and the Eagles secondary and defense against the pass is atrocious.
Dude,
so
I think, honestly, I think the Cardinals have a shot at winning this game. And I think the Giants might have a shot the next week.
Yes.
I don't think the Eagles, they're really in shambles. I mean, they are hurting. This is more than just, we're working through some things. No, they have lost their identity, and it's hard right now to find that because you're not going to get a bye. Nope. And you're going to have to roll right through these things and try to work through it. And it's too late. It's too late at this point in the season.
We said you can't peak twice. Go ahead, B-Man.
It's rough when you're a double-digit favorite in the NFL and you're expected to win. It's rough.
They can't stop anybody, and then they keep throwing the ball. So they're not doing their defense any favors. right? If you can't stop anyone, you do not need to be throwing the ball all over the place. Even if it's successful, you're scoring quickly. And then you're going to find yourself in a shootout. They need to just run the ball. Of course, I hope they don't. I hope they just keep throwing the ball all over the place. Fine with
Right.
me.
Same.
Keep throwing it, dude. Fun football podcast in the house.
What's up, man?
Dude. What's up?
What's up?
Packers not dead yet. They're not dead yet, dude. Still believe.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Any other Week 17 storylines? Any hot takes? Any predictions you're looking at when you look at these games?
Yes, I think Joe Brady is going to right the ship with the run game. I think this will be probably a tipping point for Josh Allen on not being able to be a true contender for the MVP, but it'll be good for the team because I think
Brock
we're
Purdy
going.
did.
Yeah, I think we're going to pound rock, and I think we're going to run it down the Patriots' throat and get Cook back in the kitchen.
Are we going to get a snow game?
Hey, they're favored by 13, though.
Lucky.
Baker's dozen.
Lucky. But
Baker's
guess
dozen.
what? All I have to do is bet moneyline Patriots, and Bills win.
Yes. And we have to make the sausage dip. Folks, for those of you who don't know, the sausage dip heard around the world. People are giving credit to Joe Brady. That is asinine. The sausage dip, when we went up to Buffalo to watch our guy, the secret weapon, 8-ball, we instituted the sausage dip on the greatest tailgate you've ever seen. And since the sausage dip was made, it has been made every successive Sunday or Saturday to where they played. And you'll hear about it in the interview with my mom after the game. He's a diehard Bills fan, or after the game, after the show, at the end. The sausage dip is 4-0. Can the sausage dip be ridden all the way?
But is the sausage dip like the quarterbacks that come into play? Hey, it came into play. It's 4 games in, so
give me that eyes emoji.
Crock pot.
And this is one of those where you feel safe making that sausage dip.
Do you?
Yeah.
You feel safe making it.
Do you?
Winter. It's after the holidays. Nobody's judging. You make it. You eat it. It's a letdown.
No, we have to make it.
Hey, they're favored by 13. The sausage dip is the backup quarterback play that's came in and revived your team. It's had its streak. You make it. Could be.
I'm just waiting for Bills Mafia to get a hold of us.
Recipe for disaster.
We
it
start
could be a crock of, lack of a better word. Yeah.
All right,
Soft
Butch Petey, you have a hot take storyline you're looking at Week 17?
Yeah. The Texans and Titans.
Ooh, give it to me. Derrick Henry.
And the Raiders and Colts game, big games right there.
The Raiders defense is no joke.
You sure? I mean, dude, the Raiders are in a must-win all the way out. They could still win the division, actually, if the Chiefs lose out and they win out.
Who the Chiefs? Chiefs play the Bengals. Trap game, for sure.
Is this Raiders hot streak coming to an end with their new coach bump?
No, they already got through the new coach bump hype. So now they've kind of leveled off.
Okay.
They had the bump. For sure. The bigger question is Michael Pittman, I think, might play. I don't know if I want to watch him play again after what I saw last time he played. I don't know how that guy's still walking. Yeah, but I do like those because those are the over-unders where you're like, yeah, I don't know what to do with that. But Tannehill, I don't know who's playing there, but CJ Stroud's supposed to be back too.
I just like the playoff implication there for the team, like for the Texans. They've got to win. Obviously, Titans are eliminated. But I mean, they're still going to play you tough. What did you say? Stroud's playing?
Stroud might be back. I think he's coming back this week.
If he's not back, dude, it's definitely Titans could win this game.
Yeah.
And the Raiders and Colts, I think that's just going to be a great game. I do.
Okay.
We got
Any one of
Jungle
those
Cat
others?
Showdown, and we got the lowest over under with the Chargers and the Broncos.
Oh my
Disgusting
God.
game.
Stidham versus
Disgusting.
Stick. Stidham versus Stick.
You can keep that game.
Yeah.
Stick in the mud. Jeez.
Exactly. There's only 3 4 o'clock games. The 1 o'clock slots, absolutely insane. There's 10 games. Yikes. Okay. DraftKings bold prediction. Here's mine. Baltimore and Miami is going under. Book it. I don't even know where the game's at. Where's the game? It's in Baltimore. Yeah, that game's going under. It's at 47. And there's 2 fraud MVP cases in that game. This is not an MVP game. I will continue to say that. And I think Javonte Williams, another one, bold theory here. Javonte Williams might be 40% owned, 40 to 50% owned.
For Denver?
He's really low priced. And Stidham starting. So
Pound Rock.
Dude,
Javonte, 33.
That's a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that.
What?
That Javonte, you can't price that guy that low. I mean, not play him.
Well, everybody else is going to play him too. Do you have a bold prediction, DraftKings wise? Either one of you for fantasy football? Who's going off or what's going to happen?
Kyler Murray, QB1.
He's on my stud bag watch. We can go ahead and knock that out too. BMO, you got any?
Oh, is he? Dang.
Yeah.
Crap.
I was on that too.
I didn't look at it. Sorry.
Circle back to him. All right. That's my stud bag watch was Kyler, and then I had DeAndre Swift. I think if the Eagles are going to do anything in the same game, that's a nice little game to stack with DeAndre Swift.
Oh, yeah, and a comeback. Yeah.
Top 5 running back. That's what I'm put it on the board. I called Breece Hall last week. That's my other running back.
What
Juwan some, come get some Johnson is going to be a stud tight end against the Bucs.
How's Dak's value?
Dak is trash.
He's going 4 tutties, 400.
Dude,
but that's on Saturday.
That'll be a showdown slate. Yeah.
I don't know these DraftKings terms. Sorry.
What's a guy on Sunday from any one of the teams? Like you could say Brock Purdy is going to be the QB1, and I'd be like, yeah, that's a good take, Bima. Or you could say
it's just going to correlate how they play on the field, Bimo. So whoever you think is going to play multiple tuds, quarterback, wide receiver,
go off in
running
fantasy football.
Yeah.
Give me James Cook.
Yeah, right.
Stud watch.
Oh.
Yes,
Stud
covered
watch.
in sausage dip. Hey, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, we have to make a cooler full of sausage dip and dump it on somebody as they're going through a table.
For sure.
Dude, cool.
Save
and
the
you
season.
dump it on somebody?
Yes.
Dang. You don't want to waste all that sausage dip like that.
That's true. That's true.
Nor do you want to try to eat all that either.
Put a sheet down, plastic painting sheet, and then just scoop it up off the ground. Okay. Scumbag watch list. Josh Allen. I got him on the scumbag watch list. I think just because of what you said, he's not going to be a good DraftKings play. They're going to try to pound rocks. So you don't want to play Josh Allen in a game like that.
No.
It's not a knock on his MVP candidacy that J-Bot keeps throwing around.
It is.
Emo keeps throwing around. It's not a
absolutely
knock.
Is.
I'm just saying they're gonna take the game out of his hands against his Belichick defense where he has struggled in the past like 3 years.
He has.
Just saying. Yes. And my other one is Jonathan Taylor is going to get bottled up.
Oh, you do? He could.
Go ahead, Butch. Scumbags. Who's going to suck?
I'm going to say Bryce Young for sure. But It's going to be. Ooh, Kelsey against the Bengals.
Ooh, yes. Price that high? They got to stop. If you're playing Kelsey at this point, you're an idiot. No
Dude,
offense.
and the Bengals have been so bad against tight ends all year long. So bad.
That's weird. He shouldn't be priced. Who's a fantasy guy that's going to let you down, BMO?
Cooper Cup,
Oh,
Ooh.
who are they playing?
New York, in New York.
Ooh, you're saying
He's
he's
a
not a
turf
cold
guy.
weather guy.
Yeah, he's not a cold weather guy. He's a turf guy, dome turf guy, not outdoor.
Dude, he looks like he is hurt on every single play. Every time
He's
I watch
good.
him play.
But
I mean,
he will open it up for Puka.
Mhm.
yes. Get your
Nakua
get your necklace.
will
Scumbag
be
Cooper
a
Cup
good-
lock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Dude.
Kyron Williams right there. What should eat?
7,400.
Golly, against the Giants.
Mm.
I mean, if the Eagles would have just committed to the run, that game wouldn't have been close.
No, agreed.
So
That's a good
give me
point.
Kyron.
For your stud.
Stud.
All right. Sunday night football would be Green Bay at Minnesota, over under 46.5. Green Bay favored by 1.5. Do we think Minnesota can win this game and absolutely wreck Green Bay's season? Demo.
Vikings just lost, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. They're done. They lost to the Lions.
They're done. When they're done, they win. Typically in the NFL script, right?
Very true. But it's a must win.
And it's a Packer Viking game. You want to beat the Packers at all costs.
Right.
Yes.
That locker room's mad. They want to take it out on somebody, and it's at home.
Butch P, what do you think of this game?
I mean, I think the Vikings will win, especially after Green Bay. I mean,
I'm surprised Vikings
the
are favored.
Panthers are not good.
They stink. Stink.
I don't like that too much. And then you're not coming back home. You're playing in Minnesota, so everybody's going to be skull. You know,
I would love
all
to go
day.
to that stadium.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. At a Taylor
you go.
Swift concert, but
Yeah, it's where
No
it's
doubt.
the loudest.
But you know, Green Bay. Green Bay is not great against the run, so you got to get this Chandler guy the ball.
Yes.
This Chandler guy, Tar Heel superstar.
Yeah, this Chandler.
Ty Chandler.
I know.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Sir. Show some respect.
Bebo coming in like
Everybody knows Ty Chandler.
Who doesn't know Ty Chandler?
It's the reason why they're losing tonight. Or did lose. But hey, look. Get him going. And I think they'll take care of business for sure.
Okay. Green Bay, who knows? Play Deontay Wicks or whatever his name is. He's really good.
Yeah.
All right. Last segment here, fellas. Here we go.
Let's hear it.
It's time for the how dare yous.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? You're gross.
How dare you?
How dare you? Segment's brought to you by Really Neat Outfitters. Promo code GOAT. Spend $60. Get free shipping, 10% off your order checkout. Go buy the big third down hat. It is electric. It's on our anywhere you find our Twitter, YouTube, whatever, at the bottom of the comments. Boom. All right. First, I just want to update my bowl season. I'm 17-6 against the money line and 16-7 against the spread so far in college bowl season. Those are astronomical numbers, people.
How
We
much
know
did you
ball.
win?
Nothing. It was the ESPN app. But I'm
Money
like,
talk.
that's pretty good. It doesn't look good for Louisville though. They're losing. They're getting boat raced by USC somehow, and Oklahoma State's winning. So those numbers will move up a little bit. But how dare you?
Mm.
Shout out to college football. Even though I always say bowl season's stupid, I watch all the games.
Mm.
How dare you? You want me to go first? I'll go first. How dare you? Arrow Garden, which was a commercial I saw while I was at my parents' for Christmas break. It's this little indoor tomato plant grower. How dare you? Because the last thing anybody in this country or this world needs is some yahoo growing more tomatoes in the winter to just then walk over to people's houses and say, look, hey, I have all these extra tomatoes that I'm not going to use. Nobody cares that you could grow tomatoes. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. And that you want to hand this is probably directed right at Tex. I don't care that you can grow tomatoes. I don't want you to walk up to me and be like, hey, tomato plants are coming in. Don't care, because all you're going
Look
to
at the
try to do
size
is
of
give
it.
them to
It's huge.
Yeah, like, hey, got a lot of tomatoes this year. Great, dude. Didn't ask. Don't care. Not going to eat them unless you make them into salsa and then give them to me. So how dare you, Arrow Garden, for giving us the only reprieve of everybody going door to door, bringing them to work, and being like, hey, got all these tomatoes, guys. They sit there and rot in the break room because nobody wants to take them home. How dare you, Arrow Garden? Come on the show.
Go ahead, Butch.
Oh,
Waiting
go
for
ahead,
Thor to
Butch.
stop eating.
Oh. All right. I'm on how dare my guy Dak for the fumble on the
Ooh.
goal line. Dude, you got to go straight to the gut. Straight to the gut. Cost us the game. So,
Ho ho! There it is. There it is. He finally said it. Dak's fault.
it was.
Hilarious.
My how dare you goes to AK-34.
Mm.
How dare you try to continue to keep these 49er fan hopes alive and say Brock Purdy is an actual MVP candidate. He's not. He never was. Mr. Irrelevant, semi-relevant in a system QB scheme. How dare you?
He's not a system QB. He's setting the world on fire. The
That's what
highest
Lamar
passer.
thought too, yeah.
Dude, we're still here.
Lamar didn't play one snap of defense.
It's not even true
at
either.
all. If Lamar was a real MVP, his butt would have been out there on defense playing safety, picking off all those passes.
Probably could have.
Probably could have. It was a bad game. It was one bad game.
In
I
the most
told you,
critical moment.
I laid.
Whoa.
It was not the most. It was an AFC opponent.
for
Doesn't-
MVP consideration, the most critical moment.
That wasn't
Luckily,
an
they have
MVP.
like the easiest opponent to play next.
What? Oh, the Commanders? Yeah, then they
Yeah.
finished with the Rams. So I don't know how the
Well-
NFC number 1 seed is going to shake out.
The Commanders are currently sabotaging Sam Howell because it's a new regime. You saw him
Mm,
lighting the world on fire the first 13, 14 weeks of the season.
okay.
And they're like, you know what? Since we're losing this much, start pulling him, start bad scheming him. Let's get a top 2 or 3 pick so we can get one of the generational QBs.
Oh, so Sam Howell is having an historic year, but Brock Purdy, whose team is 11-4, and he has the highest stats of any QB. Basically, he's a fluke, but Sam Howell is being treated poorly.
Never mention Sam Howell for the MVP.
I think. I think if you put Sam Howell on San Fran, he does better.
In a couple years, just like Baker, I think Sam Howell is Baker Mayfield. I think Sam Howell is a Brett Favre, minus the legacy.
It's the success.
Gun.
My-
Where are the people coming to Sam Howell's defense? Like, oh, hey, in his first starting year, they do it for like Bryce Young. They'll be like, Peyton Manning, he threw
Mhm.
like 12 interceptions his first year. But
Most
everybody's
ever.
like, Sam Howell's a dog. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Kick him out.
I don't care. He was leading the league in passing yards for the first 13 weeks. Get him
That was
out of
all
there.
the enemy, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, I love how they compared those stats with Bryce Young. And I was like, yeah, but they're not 5'10".
Yeah, like Peyton Manning was like 6'5".
Like Trevor Lawrence and Peyton Manning, and I think they put Tim Couch up there, and I was like, oh, Tim Couch, Kentucky guy.
Yeah.
but they're not the smallest guy on the field playing quarterback.
Yeah, dude. Whatever. Don't come at Brock Purdy. He's a great. It's his birthday.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I was
Instant.
see
How
one of
dare
those
you?
my birthday extends for the whole month kind of guys.
Yeah, right into the Super Bowl. So
Hey.
okay.
Bills Niners, we're there.
Hey, let's do. We will be there. I don't care if we go to the game.
Nah, we'll be there.
I don't care if I go into the game. I just want to be in the vicinity of that celebration. If it is Bills Niners, we've got to figure out a way to do that.
We'll get there.
We're there.
We're
Even if we have to
there.
rent a moped and pee all over each All right, I don't have any other relevant sports news. Does anybody have any other relevant sports news other than the
You
Rangers are the
totally
hottest team
redeemed
in hockey?
yourself.
Appalachian State won their bowl game. Did
Nope.
we cover
See,
that
all
last
these
week?
dude. Yes, all these other teams like the Mayo Bowl has a Mayo Bath. The Cheez-It Bowl
Dude.
has Cheez-Its.
Duke's Mayo Bowl is probably the best advertised, best promoted bowl there is.
They just buy into the fact that Mayo's like disgusting looking, and we're just gonna rub everybody. We're gonna have a Mayo wrestling competition.
There's mascots. There's like Mayo VIP tents. They have the announcers every commercial break, like cutting to them. They're eating a different flavor mayonnaise nachos, like all kinds of stuff. It's actually pretty hilarious. They did a nice, and then the Mayo water cooler at the end, like it's very well done for the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
The Pop-Tarts Bowl has like Pop-Tarts in a cooler. And the Avocado Bowl didn't even have guacamole ready in a cooler. I'm still mad about that. That is garbage.
Yeah,
because every bowl for how
because it's going to be brown.
Who cares?
Dude, put some lime juice on it. You'll be good.
That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect at the App State Bowl when it was a monsoon. I mean, it would have just blended right in with the field.
Dude, for how irrelevant bowl games are, everybody needs to follow suit of the Duke Mayo Bowl to at least make it entertaining.
Dude, if I was the Avocado Bowl, I mean, I'd be just having an avocado cannon out there on the sidelines, just blasting howitzers into the stands. I should have made an avocado snowman. Like, come on.
Just blast guacamole spray.
Yeah, it's like a spray fart all over. Just
everybody get your chips up.
Yes. Give everybody a bag of chips as they walk in.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You got to do the guacamole avocado Tostitos combo bowl.
Man.
So, shout out. Finally got my brother-in-law, massive Ohio State fan. Finally,
what game are they playing
after against former Appalachian State head coach, Missouri. I think Missouri might win too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, he has been one of the only fans I've known to be so hard on the 4-game and that's it playoff. Finally got him to admit he would have been happy for a 12-game playoff this year because I
didn't say that
last year. He was still happy it was 4 games. This year, I got him to admit he would have liked the 12-game playoff.
He can expect a message from me in about 20 minutes.
But then Georgia would have also gotten in, so
who cares? It needs to be 12.
Yeah.
And we need to be in charge of the marketing for those bowls, obviously, as we've got avocado spray fart guns and
come on the show.
Come on the show, avocados.
That's
awesome. Spray fart. Okay. Inter-squad deck, Kings Jamboree results. J-Vi's on a heater. He's on an absolute heater. He has 22 wins. Butch B is in second. He won both. I think he won like 2 of the 3 listener contests we did.
He has 21 wins.
22. Says it on the thing. 19 for Butch P. Tex has 16. Dylon has 13. And then I have 12. I'm coming. Here I come, boys. Here I come. Gonna be the greatest comeback of the year. Okay, don't forget to mention our show to friends, family, wherever you're road tripping. Put it on at your New Year's Eve party.
It says J-Bot twice down there.
No. Does it? J-Bot has 41 wins. Typo. Follow us on YouTube, The Millie Goats. Follow us on Rumble, The Millie Goats. Follow us on Twitter at Millie Goats down there in the bottom of my screen. Follow us on Instagram at The Millie Goats. Website and blog, milliegoats.godaddysites.com. Apparel at raeo.live. Go get the big third down at BMO. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Get your ass checked
Thanks.
Every year.
every year.
Go Niners.
Thanks for having me, boys.
It's just one loss. Just one loss.